Hey guys, we're OSMVDXReviews.com. Today we're taking a look back in memory lane at the Nokia Twist. The reason why we're doing this is because in this day and age, Nokia is gaining a lot more popularity in the past few years in terms of smartphone technology, largely thanks to its Nokia Lumia series Windows-based phones, which are selling out like crazy, and they make up a large market share of devices that run on Windows OS and are being produced. But in a few years in the past, Nokia didn't do very well, I guess, in the smartphone industry because they really relied on Symbian OS, which is a dying OS. But with that in mind, in the very beginning, again, Nokia was one of those smartphone giants, but kind of in the middle, or again in the 2005 to 2010 perhaps age, they kind of dwindled down, and now they're getting heated back up again. This is one of those devices that kind of was released and it met a considerable amount of attention, but then it was kind of fuzzed down. And I kind of want to take a look back because it is a very unique experience, certainly. It's because Nokia's Twist is very much like some of newer Android-based devices, namely the Motorola Flip Out, which basically uses the same concept. They both use a swiveling lens or a hinge on the side of the device, and then you can have a QWERTY keyboard by twisting the device out, and there you go, your QWERTY keyboard. It's a very unique form factor, and as a result, the phone will look like a perfect square when it's placed in your hands. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, a lot of people have been debating that, and some people think it's a good attention, some people think it's a little bit more of a negative thing, but again, it's a very, very smooth and glossy experience, and no one can really detract from that. The entire device is made of plastic and chrome, and as a result, it's a fingerprint magnet. But again, it's very flush, and you have quite a large display on the front, which is vibrant, and down below you had a few touch sensitive buttons, which control the control key and soft keys, and also a 5-way D-pad. And the thing is, what makes the Twist really unique is its twistable hinge. And the hinge is also, it's basically transparent. It goes through an entire phone, and there's nothing blocking it from putting something like a pencil through it. And as a result, you have a lot of different abilities that normal phones don't. And to alliterate on this example, we can have something like a screwdriver here. Don't ask me why, but if I put a screwdriver through here, you can see that you can prop the phone up like so, and as a result, it can be kind of like a stand. So the hole actually opens up a lot of different possibilities, such as, again, propping it up or putting on a keychain, more importantly, so you can take it around with you with your car keys and home keys, and that's kind of cool. But the Twist also has one more trick up its sleeve. The whole twisting hinge also has a LED light system underneath that can light up all the different colors of a rainbow. And so when you're powering it up or accessing different features, you can actually turn on the light to go different sequences and shadow different colors like red, yellow, orange, green, blue, purple. It's actually very, very cool, and in darker conditions it becomes quite a large attraction. Now when the phone is actually entirely turned open, it actually resembles a large form factor. It's very squarish, very boxy, and below you see the whole QWERTY keyboard, which is one of the major selling points of this handset. It comes at 5 rows, and it's actually quite a spacious keyboard too because of the form factor. It's easy to press, it's really tactile and very responsive, which is something that Nokia has been doing a good job recently on their QWERTY keyboards. But also the most perplexing thing of all with this device is this is considered smartphone / a feature phone kind of merged into one, but at the same time, it runs on a proprietary OS not made by Nokia, but is actually made by Verizon. And that's very interesting because very few Nokia phones have been just produced for their hardware alone and not for their software. Usually Nokia uses their proprietary OSs like Symbian, but again, this actually runs on a standard Verizon home screen type thing that is actually very ugly and very hard to navigate through, which is one of the most annoying aspects of this handset and actually what led to its downfall, in my opinion. But other than that, it was a great text messaging device, and again, it's a very lively and unique experience, certainly. Other real notable features that you can take a look at include on the bottom, you had a micro SD card slot for expanding the memory. This is a music phone. You have a 2.5mm headphone jack though, a lanyard cord, and some speaker grills, which are a microphone on the other side. On the top, you have a volume rocker, as well as a micro USB to charge and sync, which is great because it's kind of one of those Nokia devices that isn't a fully fledged smartphone that actually has a non-proprietary charging port. And on the back of the device, you had access to a 3.2 megapixel camera, which shot okay photos. It's not that great. It's certainly not a Nokia photo phone, but there you go. Again, that whole transparent hole on the top is actually very cool, and I really like this hinge. It's what makes this device unique. So it also came with the battery, of course, and a 2 gig card in the box when you first purchased it with $80 with a 2-year contract from Verizon, and it was a 3G handset. So again, when you put the device in, you would power it up. Again, it also came with different face plates or back plates, and you could change colors with these. For example, this is a glossy black, piano black version. It also came in purple, and so it was a customizable experience. It was pretty easy to use. There was a notable complaint when this device first came out, and that was the fact that the whole back cover, it's hard to kind of make it fit really tightly without making it crease and making it make different noises that kind of perplex the user because it was not super solid. You can actually hear it creak, and it had a little bit of a quality concern to it. Also, flipping over the device also reveals a fully fledged mirror. I'm not going to shine that directly at the camera, but you can see it's a very large mirror. It actually works really well. It's easy to attract fingerprints, but still, this makes for a really good companion in case you want to have a mirror in your pocket. This is a mirror, basically. It also works as a self-portrait mirror for the camera lens, so you can take pictures of yourself. It's actually pretty cool. Turning on the device, all your on-off buttons are again on the bottom row, and your send buttons. Some unique features include your send, your music button, your internet button, your voice command, and your volume and your picture/video camera options. You can see that the light is changing colors now. It's a very cool sequence, and again, these are all touch-sensitive buttons. Now it's red, so you can see that it's changing. So anyways, it's a very cool device. Battery life was also pretty decent, and call quality was great in our tests during the time that we used this device. It also had a GPS service for turn-by-turn directions. So overall, the Nokia Twist, again, a very unique handset, especially in that feature and slightly less than the smartphone range. It's a distinguishable device that led, again, to the Motorola flip out from being a moderate success in the markets of today. I still think it's a very cool device, and that's why I wanted to have a look back and dedication of how well Nokia is doing in today's cell phone industry. So thanks for watching this video look back here at osmvtxreviews.com.